conquests.
Okay, but what we're back for now is this dev clash.
Oh yes.
And when we left it off, all hell was breaking loose down in India here. In fact, Delhi's looking a bit preoccupied, so too is Gujarat. This is the second inning on the conflict between the two. And I think we're just waiting for Blondie, of all people, to get in and get readied up, and we can go.
Exactly.
Although, all hell breaking loose for him to actually get in. So I'm sure we'll get going once he's in. People chastise him until then. So what's going on? Oh, well, we'll be able to see, because we're getting going. Excellent. Sometimes things just work out that way.
Oh yeah, only 2 minutes over time. I mean, and that's on time in our book, right?
That's good enough. Good enough. So. We'll get a quick rundown of all the people that are in, because we have the return of Letter Z.
Oh, yes.
I wonder if because his country's completely changed from when he left it. It was the most explosive AI performance I think we've ever seen from a middling country.
I mean, how is he supposed to live up to this?
Yeah, so here is Venice. Venice have been flaying the papal state for some time. And now that Letter Z is back in his Doge seat, he'll be able to, I don't know, maybe he'll mend the bridges, maybe he'll burn the bridges. Don't know what's going to happen. But the real action right now is happening here. Delhi is under siege over in the east, whilst they're trying to siege over in the west.
Yes, and if you remember, last time we left them, they had just won a big battle against Delhi and Persia, forcing both of them on the run with a minute left.
I mean, looking at the numbers here, well.
Well, that was quick.
Seems they've had enough of it already. What happened here? Was it this? Was it something else?
Yeah, they did not have that already. I think that's the victory card.
I rather think it is. That is one area right there. And he's going to feel the burn for not having it all connected. I think he has to core it one at a time now because it doesn't have a
Oh yeah, with that vassal
land.
in the way, that will be a bit painful.
Ooh. I mean, he could strip land from Dundar, but probably not worth it.
Probably not.
I'd honestly be fortifying the crap out of that. So what does this mean for Gujarat? If we have a look over at the victory cards.
That has to be theirs.
There we go. They've got it all. It's going to take some time for them to core it, but core it they shall. And Delhi continue to not have Lahore.
Persia, on the other hand, I think still has their full victory card.
Yeah, Persia's got
and Gujarat
full on.
is still cut in two.
Yeah, I mean, Gujarat, score-wise, this might have worked out for them, but position-wise, not so hot. I want to have a quick look at how the score is looking overall for these countries. I don't actually have any music, by the way, and I always get nervous at background music. We got, I don't know, maybe the people at home can hear it.
I'm hearing a bit at least.
Okay, yeah, I can hear a bit of it now. Excellent. Right, score comparison throughout the ages. We are here in the age of absolutism. Let's filter it down to players and see who is top dog and who is bottom of the barrel stuff here. So Persia is enjoying their position, and because they were not stripped of Kubulistan at all, looks like they're in a good chance to run away with a full 10 points for coming out number one.
I think at this point Dithmarschen is beating them in gain.
Yeah, Dithmarschen, as long as they don't have the Hudson Valley.
Still, they only need to overtake about 200 points, and there's a long time left.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of absolutism left.
So I think...
Don't doubt the Netherlands, though. They also don't have Wallonia, but they are surging up. They've got such economical might behind them.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance both Dithmarschen and the Netherlands end up passing them, but it will be close.
And France, again, would need to betray the Netherlands for them to surge ahead. Can we actually get a recap on how everyone's doing score-wise overall on the big screen? Because, yeah, we are playing for the points here, depending your score each age. That'll give you 10 or 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 points. And there we go, the French Paradox and Trin Trigula, that is to say Burgundy turned France and Delhi, currently in the top spots, but as we see, Persia there's in with a good chance to rock everybody's world. That's Arheo. Oh, they start up to 19 there. So still a lot to play for, and despite the strengths of Dithmarschen, he's still got to make it up score-wise. So with the conclusion of that war, there's no other player wars going on right now. The French Paradox is slaughtering Brandenburg for whatever reason. It's kind of lost on me. What is this war anyway?
I think they want that tiny chunk of land from Switzerland.
The French, was that conquest of this? Yeah, all right, fair enough.
10 development.
And then Daniel, who has done astonishing things with Theodoro, is finally cleaning up his little Black Sea empire here. Although this is still in the way, and I kind of begrudge this from Persia.
Oh yes, it's a really ugly border, and someone should maybe do something about it.
So, somebody.
So Persia could take more, or Theodora could take more, or maybe someone else can swoop in.
I think you have some love coming in. Someone's actually saying that they love you.
That can't be true. People are wondering if Trin can form Nepal. I mean, technically, probably, but it would mean destating a ton of land.
And yeah, I don't think he'll be going for that when he's Delhi. I think there was also a request to see the New World, so this is at least how Ditmarshen sees the New World. A lot of Spaniards to the south. Don't think he'd have trouble dealing with them. His massive Ottawan subject in the north. I don't know why he chose Ottawa of all nations.
I mean, why not?
Do they have awesome ideas or anything?
I mean, they're not Asian countries. Ottawa, not Ottawa.
I suppose.
I think someone pointed that out on the YouTube comments after the last time.
I try not to read the YouTube comments too much.
Probably for the best.
Kind of bad for the health. And yeah, then there is the Ming influence over in the New World. Quite a lot happening in the chat there. What do people say?
Some people say that they love me. They're all lying. Some people want to see institutions. Institutions could be interesting.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at that again. There's no player wars happening at the moment. They took my advice about rounding off wars rather than letting them carry on, because that can get dangerous. So the Enlightenment has not yet happened, but manufactories had to spread quite far. Still, the big powers in India haven't picked it up, but it's looking very much spread throughout Europe. Less so in the Western Africa, but the core here, probably thanks to Kilwa and Portuguese influences. And Ditmarshen's always on top of this.
I mean, it increases goods produced. They have to have this.
Curious who's going to spawn the Enlightenment, though, but we'll check in on that at 1700. Might be this session, might be next. Googie just says, guess it's better to fix it. Don't know what he's meaning. Is he going to fix borders, perhaps? Because I'm not sure what to make of this. It's a new take on the Polish corridor when it stretches all the way down to Theodora's holdings here.
I mean, he needs one more province to just completely block it.
Yeah, but I need this Black Sea Empire thing to happen for Theodora. There's also Nitra. There was talk about somebody jumping into Nitra, but ultimately they didn't, sadly. I can't remember who it was, but somebody should have jumped into Nitra. Still, they're doing pretty well under the divine protection of Prussia there. Even Brandenburg's making the rounds in there. What else is going on there?
Quite a bit. Are there any player monarchies left that have been monarchies all along?
Monarchies, yeah.
I think France might still be a monarchy.
It is in our power to check that. Oh wait, no, that's dynastic. Let's look at government types here. There's still loads of monarchies out there.
Can we look at France's reforms, for instance, to see what players have actually gone for here?
Here we go. So he went with the feudal nobility.
I think he started off with feudal nobility.
Yep. Centralizing bureaucracy because he wants to get autonomy change down rather than getting more promoted cultures.
They're both pretty solid. It depends on kind of where you are in the world.
One France, one culture, perhaps.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting thing that he went. He went with the administrative clergy, which gives him one more free admin policy. So if we look over at his policies here, he actually gets 2 of these at no cost rather than one. Say what he has with Diplo here. One that he gets for free and the next one that he has to pay Diplo points for.
I'm a bit surprised he'd pay Diplo points just to get 1 extra diplomat.
Diplo relations?
Well, I mean, relations, it makes sense. I can go basically 1 above and get the diplomat at the same time. So that one, if it's actually at the cap, that makes sense.
The French move in mysterious ways. He went with the general estates, and then of course he went laissez-moi to get some extra estates for himself. And yeah,
I'm not sure they're allowed to do anything else, really.
And he wanted to double down on the absolutism, so electing not to go for going full republic. Yeah, this map mode did get a more colourful down here, though. So what we of course have the theocracy over in Papal States, but what does that mean that Serbia decided to go full theocratic? So they're a metropolis.
Well, seems natural.
Kiev as well. Oh man, I hold it against Kiev for expanding into glorious Transylvania. And they've grown even more.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of stuff coming out in chat, actually. Read out Scottish provinces in the Netherlands.
They don't seem...
Actually, it looks like they haven't changed them. Thank God. Some things are... Well, this one remains under Norwegian influences.
I mean, that's definitely where Trondheim is. I lived there for 5 years, so I can attest that is where Trondheim is.
Oh man, I don't know which one I'd feel more sorry for, but you know, home for me is kind of here, so your mileage may vary. We also hear that Grugi is spying on Dittmar Shen. I mean, we cannot confirm or deny these statements, but at least perception is reality, so Dittmar Shen think they're spying on them. I wondered how much the change of trade nodes has affected trade power. I don't think we've really given it much attention in the dev clashes though, but we did alter the flow of trade around India in Dharma and the 126 Mughal expansion.
And trade has hit Delhi pretty hard. Like, Gujarat's biggest advantage have been an insane trade income, while Delhi has not been earning all that much, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they're letting too much of it flow out of Bengal and out of Coromandel, which is, you know, strong trading areas, but if it gets funneled up into Gujarat, that's the big bucks.
It looks like you're trying to explicitly just direct money away from Gujarat. They're not even using it themselves, they're just making sure that Gujarat does not get it.
I do wonder what their motivation is here. Do they funnel it to another power and then
maybe they're getting kickbacks from Ethiopia, but I think the main motivation is just to keep the money away from Gujarat.
Get it away from the Gujarat. Still strikes me as a bit strange, but they do what they do. So one of the things was that Doab got considerably strengthened because Bengal can flow into Doab now, and even up into Lahore. But other big change right here is that Coromandel goes south, bypassing Zanzibar, and into the Cape of Good Hope. Previously, there was the ultimate meta of having Zanzibar as the choke point for trade, because if you seal off the Cape of Good Hope, then it's a great place to be. It's still super strong, but that trade can still be siphoned away directly to the Cape. Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Maybe you can use that to your advantage.
It looks like Zanzibar had a pretty sizable income as well. That is rather significant.
Damn. Well, I mean, it is super single-player Cats here with Kiel. I think he knows what he's up to. That said, he's allowing Brittany into his land.
That's interesting.
Perhaps these are Breton refugees as they see France approaching. Didn't France conquer this or subjugate this? Or I swear they were at war with Brittany, but maybe it was just to clean up borders.
I mean, they have a vassal. Is that Brittany?
No, Brittany is just guaranteed by Spain. Allied with Man. That's why they don't want to deal with them.
I wouldn't go up against them either.
And somebody's saying Indonesia also flows to the Cape. I think Indonesia previously went straight to Zanzibar, which again made Zanzibar even stronger for getting money. Now Zanzibar is a great place for trading, but we wanted to shake things up a bit and try to make it so you can get that trade flowing back to Europe without taking so many pit stops like this. So Malacca and Coromandel, right to the Cape. And there it makes its track over to Ivory Coast, which goes to here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, I wonder if the Dutch will make much use of that.
I mean, what use would the Dutch have for money, I wonder? Oh, my Lord.
That is an insane amount of money.
We pretty much have an achievement for making this this much money, but wow. Good job, Dutch. Good job.
Now, if only they had decent troops, then...
I do. See, here's the thing. I feel like the Dutch haven't really been threatened this game, and somebody has to threaten them. They're attached to a lot of different parties here, probably because they control so much money. They can pick and choose their friends, but...
Oh yeah, having that Dutch money on your side can make a massive difference.
We have a question if there's any investments that the
looks like it's territory, so no. Apparently.
Have they?
Or do you have to switch over to the Bretons, maybe?
If we look at the Bretons, what they have here, they haven't done any of their investments yet, but I don't think Brittany kind of has the stable income to be investing in that.
No, probably not worth it for them.
I mean, maybe if they had a bit more than 4 development worth of land. I mean, some of the effects from here are like here you go, getting land force limit, you know, independent of the strength of the land that you have. But quite a few are. Some army tradition, that would be nice. Now, the Grug is also at war. He probably heard me praising the metropolis around here, but he's... I see what he's doing. All this land is
it his doing,
going
or
to
is
Nitra.
Nitra doing that on its own?
Whoa! Nitran conquest. See, this I like. So Prussia must have been called to arms and went, of course I would. Well, that was fast.
Yeah, I mean, Kiev is still there, but it's considerably smaller.
This Nitra is making me very happy. We haven't seen any fan facts about Nitra, which somewhat disappoints me, but we have had a lot of cracking fan facts come in, and since we don't have any big wars going on at the moment, maybe we can... I keep expecting to see a window around here, so it's...
Well, we have one.
Here we go.
There we go.
I brutally lost my dignity waging war against Venice AI, but I'm good meme material. So I got that going for me, which is nice. I think that's a direct quote from Duplo around the office.
I think he literally made that one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ah, that'd be cool.
I think he made that one and posted it on the forums. So that is actually a developer fact, not a fan fact at all.
Ooh, okay. Need a new name for these dev facts.
Counterfeit fan facts.
Fan counter facts? I don't know. I'm skeptical about giving the word facts to any propaganda spread by the dev team. A propagander, maybe we could call them. Daniel says his 563 died in a few months.
I mean, he still has a 532, so it's not like it's the end of the world.
I wonder, did he get a new person in if he has a pretty terrible legit... no, he must be good. He must be good. Probably just had a good ruler but didn't stick around, but his current one's looking okay. Johan wants to export the Von boys. Oh, man.
Apparently his ruler was 16 years old and died in 3 months.
Well, it is the 17th century. Live fast, die at 16. So, is there any build-up going on between these two nations, you think?
Some people are wondering who Venice are allied to.
Now, Venice, it's been 2 weeks, right, of no player in Venice. They still just have their one AI alliance, Bohemia. But I think that the Papal State, if what he was saying to me is true, he feels he needs to mano a mano Venice. You know, no allies getting involved. He's not going to call in the Great France, or I think he can't live down calling in the Dutch for his other war. Yeah,
he needs to make up for that with a proper one-on-one war. Now the question is, who would actually win such a war? I mean, I'm seeing 83,000 or so.
He is claiming there's no way he can lose. Which is a bold claim because he found a way, but we should keep our eyes peeled for when that happens. I also see one of Kaiser Johan's sock puppet accounts saying, "Look at the New World more frequently, please."
There's not that much happening in the New World, to be honest.
I don't know what Ditmarshen is paying for you to champion such comments, but it's looking pretty stable here. Not a lot changing. Ditmarshen has been trying to tell us about how peaceful they are, so obviously they're not going to be going on too much of a rampage.
They also need to tell us about those holes in their countries that they haven't filled.
Yeah, not liking this all that much, but we'll see what they can do. I can see on my screen all the fan facts getting prepped. I can't wait to get these ones on screen because I was looking at them just before this happened.
And I think this one is one I requested last stream, actually.
What, the fan fact?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. It's a sad day for Iceland. I mean, in general, I think most days are. But our Iceland player has had to abandon ship. So I don't know if the Dutch are going to continue eating their territory going even further. But I think it'd be nicer just to leave Iceland there for the rest of the game. Who else would take it, really?
I mean...
Did Sweden did Sweden ever try to take Iceland? Did you ever hold Iceland?
I don't think they had Iceland, no. Or do you mean?
I mean, you guys had it, right?
Yeah. If we're talking in the real world, we had it, and the Danes took it from us while we were under Union.
Took it?
Oh, yeah.
How can you take something that's already yours?
Well, I mean, it was part of the Kingdom of Norway. But then the Napoleonic Wars happened, and they said, well, we'll keep these parts.
That throws a lot of things into dismay. You know, that's how Portugal ended up not in Europe. So, there was a question asking who is richer, the Dutch or Ditmarshen? Who do you think?
The Dutch.
I'm going to go Dutch. They just have their way with money, don't they? So if we look at raw income, the Netherlands slapped Ditmarshen silly.
Oh, yeah.
But France is still up there. It's not like they have huge overseas sources of dosh. They just have a very strong heartland here.
And soon they'll have even more heartland.
Oh, yeah.
And we have player wars.
Oh, yes we do, and it involves the Grug, and it involves the Dithmarschen. What is going on here? The Hanoverian conquest of the First Commune. Hanover has gone to war with Dithmarschen.
With Prussia on their side, and they are occupying the First Commune right
Kaiser
there.
just immediately says, good luck. He does have numbers on his side, but they are overseas. Armenia, Ottawa...
Persia.
But honestly, what's Persia going to get up to here? They're a bit alone in the old world here.
I mean, they're fighting the Ottomans.
They are pretty strong. Yeah, well, that used to mean something. What?
He's probably doing some weird stuff over in the New World or something.
I don't know what he's saying. Yes, where are you, Grug? Okay, Grug is off in the New World. He made a mistake.
And got one exiled.
Yeah.
And unexiling that army, that will take him a while.
If he just occupies something here, it should be good.
Ah, yeah.
But I don't know what he plans to do. Well, he's bringing the fight. I will never deny fame for somebody that brings the fight. The Kaiser does not have the greatest composition I've ever seen, but his armies are drilled for battle.
They seem pretty ready. But they are going up against Prussians, though not that many of them. Only one.
Yeah, one. If he
stack.
can get that other stack down there, then the Prussians bring a lot of pain. But I think they could be overwhelmed by the people here. People are saying it's the Grugi OP.
Yeah, let's make sure we're zoomed far enough in that we can see the actual battle.
Yeah, in fact, we can use super observer abilities to see all the armies around, so we can see that the Dithmarschen are coming along, and that Grugi's getting his stack along. Honestly, I think he would have done better to take some land up here to unexile.
I think it'll still be in time though, because they can, if the battle happens, they can join the battle instantly.
All right. I want to take a quick look over here to see if any conflicts are happening, and the Persians are
occupying the Ottomans, as you do.
Yeah, well, that's fine, but I want to see what the Grug can muster here in the New World. Some people were pointing out, yes, we have Leningrad, Smolensk, and Stalingrad as army names for Dithmarschen.
No Moskva though.
Don't underestimate the size of that Dithmarschen army. The Prussians are strong, and good lord, look at those generals.
There's a distinct lack of forts here in the New World.
Yeah, I suppose the Commune did not believe they needed forts. He's still busy building boats as well.
And he's unexiled now, so now he has basically 80k troops. And they're Prussian troops, so you don't really want to go up against them.
Yeah, but they're also missing out on their ultimate time to snipe the enemies or snipe the Dithmarschen while they're divided.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's going at here.
I am also curious. Perhaps he just wants to keep them busy whilst other people deal with the old world, but Persia could give a lot of trouble for Hanover.
Yeah, I mean,
was it just Hanover? Was it anyone else? Yeah, Sweden and Hanover. I'm not sure if they could take on all these other forces alone, but there haven't been any battles yet.
Yeah.
Looks like the Prussians are trying to take down this fort. I would not be leaving them so isolated from...
I also wouldn't be leaving my army without a general down there.
Oh, yeah.
Though I think the fort is mostly blocking that.
Yeah, he could probably go around, but not without these guys getting involved. But I don't know. What is he up to? He's just like wandering around. I think he's...
And there we have some more of them, so I think...
Okay, oh, yeah.
He should have gone for it, I think. I mean, he still could, but it's a bit late now.
He should probably get those armies together. They're going to need to look out for each other.
Yeah, and I think the People's Revolution are going to come in here.
I think we're going to see some revolution,
What's the terrain
that's
here?
For sure. So we have Marsh.
Battle is incoming.
They're going in for it. The Prussians are marching in as fast as they can. That morale difference is insane.
Ooh, they might actually have this, but it will be painful.
Come on,
for them.
Prussians, show us what you can do.
That's why I call Prussian troops. And look at that general.
Wow.
That is
damaging times. Damaging times for Dithmarschen. He's told to go home. And that's a lot of troops lost. His manpower instantly crippled there. Incredible.
Yeah, though he has the money for mercs.
He does. He has a lot of money, but he's now lost that fortification.
And see, this is where the Prussians need to push the advantage. If they had just chased those, they would have wiped them.
He definitely wanted the fort there, and he probably realized there's a lot of places for them to run, and another fort, another level 6 fort there.
had he left the token force and immediately run, I think he would have won the war right there and then.
Yeah, he needs his numbers recuperated though.
He does.
Yeah, wow. Okay, he's gonna go for a Talba. He's leaving his troops a bit of a sitting duck there.
I think it's fine. He's basically got combat width in that one stack.
Yeah.
He's got combat width, so he has the time to get back in there.
Grugy playing 900 dimensional chess with his 200 IQ mind says lol stop lol kappa 1 2 3. Wow, somewhere in the middle of that sentence kind of died.
Yep. And people are pointing out that Grugy could reinforce from the occupied territories by hiring mercs.
Yeah, so if we take a look at the Prus, he doesn't have tons of money. He's got good manpower, so he should be able to reinforce here. But yeah, he could build a whole bunch if he really wanted to. Now, what's Dithmarshen gonna say? Because they could be losing their first commune here if Persia don't step in. We don't see the Persians fighting. The Persians are kind of just there for support.
Yeah.
Maybe asking their subjects to do the fighting.
If I was Grugy here, I would recover slightly and then try to force a battle in okay terrain. Because like he's proven that he can win in bad terrain. He's
recovered quite a bit, and I would say never underestimate the reinforcement rate that you can get. He's got a 6 maneuver general right here.
Which means also that he can cross rivers with impunity.
Yeah. And look at that, he gets 100% reinforcement even in occupied territory. Normally it's 50, 10% more per per
we have a battle going on there.
We do, and Grugy's not noticing. He's busy patting himself in the back. Oh, that's a lot of punishment for the Prussian units. They get the reinforcements, but they've got gaps in the front line, and that is proving too disastrous for them. Big losses for the Prussians there.
Yep, that's what happens when you don't pay attention.
Yeah, you can't afford to split your units up like that. He was getting flanked hard by the Dithmarshen.
He might get wiped there.
Yeah, he can't run very far.
Yep.
He does kind of have the fort here.
Yep,
oh,
he's getting wiped.
It's Ave o'clock, I think.
And there goes the Prussians.
There we go. They came, they saw. They failed to conquer. Silly Junker. There's Kaiser. Never misses a beat. I bet he had the chat open and ready. Just went Control-V, enter.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So there we go.
And the Aves are coming in.
The Aves are coming in.
And I think they're well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, Grugy let his guard down for just a moment, which you cannot afford to do against the Kaiser. And for that, ooh.
The Kaiser is proving again he's not just good as single player, he's also good at actual player wars.
Yeah, and the score tilt from that wasn't super huge, but here's the thing: the commune remains under occupation, and Persia could be punished for this. If Prussia and Hanover really wanted to support, say, Gujarat, they could fight Persia and make them give up the Gujarati corridor.
Though there's still a truce going on there, I believe.
Well, the Persians are in the war, so...
Yeah, but against Gujarat, I mean.
They could just beat them up and tell them to give this land back to Gujarat.
Ah, right, yes.
So who started this war again? Yeah, it was mighty Hanover, as you would expect. And, we got to bring this up. We got to bring this up. The fan facts come in, although I sometimes really wonder. Oh... The Kaiser just invites Photoshop onto himself. So here's what they could do. They could say to Persia, you have to give this land back to Gujarat. And then we would see the Gujarati corridor restored and Persia's score really smacked hard. Persia's trying to go in for the white peace. I don't know if they will get it or not.
I would accept that just to get them out of there. Because Dithmarschen on its own is hurting from this. And they're projecting that power across the Atlantic is difficult. So, I mean, the attacking side can just rest where they are, and what is Dithmarschen going to do about it?
I mean, Dithmarschen are allied to who exactly? The Dutch, right? No? Who are they allied with? Just Persia.
I think some people broke alliance then.
They could still come along to Persia, either here in Anatolia, or they want to take the scenic route over to Arabia.
Yeah.
And then march. It was a long march, and they would not have a home advantage, but they'd have a good base in Persia to fight from.
And Johan is saying that they can sit there all day, because they can't get there.
Yeah, true
But
enough.
the same is true for them, and they're the ones with occupied land.
That one that fan fact that just came up there is probably my favorite one from the last session. Can't wait for it to come. Okay,
There we go.
There we go.
It's up there. And that one, that's the one I requested.
That's your one. There we go.
We don't see that meme often enough.
Mighty Doge. It's really at a surge these days. I think. Okay, here we go. Standard Pope, Battle Pope, Alt. I don't get it. Whoa, Lolo. I mean, I played Lolo once, but that was a long time ago.
Age of Empires 2. That's classic.
Aha! This is what I like. It's treason then. Yes, it is. Mighty. I think Venice found themselves a whole new following now.
So what are the Prussians up to? Have they recruited a new army yet?
The Prussians or the
Prussians.
Prussians. It looks like they certainly have the manpower for it. They just didn't really have the money. Is that Age of Empires 1, not 2, says Daniel.
Oh well, close enough.
That is. Okay. I think it's becoming a full-time job over there to manage all the fan facts. What we need is like... Oh, I'm getting a nod on that one as well. We need like... we publish games. We need to now publish newspapers.
True. I mean, we tried in Victoria too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that feature turned out that well, to be honest.
No, but that's because it didn't have the Kaiser's facts there.
Exactly. That's where we went wrong. I mean, he wasn't working for us yet, so that was a bit difficult.
Some things just take time. Like, Hungarian separatists. That's not something I want to give time.
No.
If Hungary pops back on the map, then that will threaten Mitri-Nitran domination around here. So the Hanoverians and the Swedes seem poised for something. Why would they be down in southern Poland?
Who knows?
And I maintain this is southern Poland.
And they didn't let Persia wipe peace out, so...
No, and Theodoro grants access to pretty much everyone in the world. I mean, everybody in the world that matters has had their boots somewhere in Theodoro. Sometimes in their land, sometimes on their backside, but Theodoro still thrives despite all that, and is consuming their old friend Lithuania. Dark times for them.
So, what does Dithmarschen have in the way of transport capacity? Can they actually get troops back to the old world?
They would be able to assemble a transport capacity pretty quickly, I'm sure. They have 60, a couple of boat rides over and merging up with the Persians, and they'd be a force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
And they would have naval dominance. Somebody in the chat is pointing out that what were they pointing out? Sidestep at war. He
just mopping up.
He doesn't know how to pronounce foe, but he does know how to mop up. Here we go, and he got his victory card here.
Yeah. I think he's still gaining score on that, right?
He's got the full 1,000. That's good times for dive.
Probably enough.
And he still has early score from Scotland.
Yeah, it's probably enough to get him a few more points.
Despite being eliminated, I think he's trying to get himself back in the game. Yeah, well, they still bend the knee, right? I can't believe no one's fought Ming. They're all just bowing down.
They've been a bit busy, I think.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not too shabby.
Yeah, that's respectable.
So maybe if Dithmarschen arrives and puts Prussia in their place, then they could step even further up. So the game's not over for Sidestep.
So have they walked into Persia yet?
What are they up to? No, I think they're just
they're on vacation,
hanging around.
As you do, suffering a bit of attrition.
Sweden getting lost around here is just par for the course. So we're not. Oh, okay. They were probably awaiting the arrival of Prussian units. But are they going to go for it? What's Persia's take on this? He doesn't seem really poised for warfare, does he? There's also the question of what Ethiopia is up to, because I know they've had their clashes with the Kaiser in the past about hegemony in Africa.
Also, Gujarat seems to have lost their foothold in Africa. I think they might have sold it to Ethiopia, which might just be a way to keep Ethiopia out of the next war.
Yeah, it certainly didn't seem to bag them an alliance, but must have gotten them something. Do we have any input from Blondie or like anybody in the... I think, yeah, you might have messages coming in because I told people if they want to talk to you about...
Nah, that's unrelated.
No? Okay, good. I don't... Yeah, here's the thing. Persia doesn't seem overly prepared for an invasion. Their troops are scattered about. Their borders are beyond hideous.
Oh yeah.
So I wouldn't know where to march in and around. Perhaps that's their goal against the enemy. We will confuse them. They won't even know where they are.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, devastation builds up in the Baltic coast provinces, because here's the Dithmarschen fleet. What are they up to? They're just hanging around here. Can he do that without taking attrition?
I mean, it's pretty late in the game now, so I guess so. No, not really.
There is that. Here we go.
He's got really good maneuvers, so it'll take a while before it becomes an issue, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose he didn't get fleet basing rights or anything, did he?
I mean,
No,
it showed
no,
the supply range and I was out of range.
Yeah,
right?
he was out of range, but he probably has that late tech reducing attrition at sea.
Yeah. But eventually.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. But this is how he extracts his petty revenge, though, because he can build up attrition for his enemy. Not attrition. He can build up devastation by putting these guys under blockade. The same goes for his commune here, but I don't think he's really going to be missing the almost non-existent income from this.
Well, I mean, the first commune itself is respectable.
Yeah, I don't
despite being a literal marsh.
Okay, Theodore is saying his line just keeps dying.
And now he has a 2-year-old, so, I mean, that works.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh, yeah, someone's pointing out that Tech 23 probably removes all naval attrition, in which case he can stay in this forever.
Probably stay there all day. There we go. Not bad. I don't like the surname, though. I mean, who could live with that?
I mean, I've seen worse.
Oh boy, level 2 forts. Nom nom nom. Sounds like Prussia's on the advance then. They took their way through Theodora, and perhaps... Here's another thing. They could bump Persia down in score, and that would work out well for Prussia here.
Though they will have to get all the way over to Afghanistan.
Well...
And there's a lot of mountains in the way.
Yeah, but there's a lot of really fragile forts.
Well...
Okay, there was a level 6 there, but there's a lot. Level 2, even level 4 is not a big deal right now.
Yeah.
Although
I'm not sure why Persia hasn't upgraded those. They should certainly have the economy for it.
Let's have a look at that Persian economy. I've seen better. I mean, that's not bad at all. The trade money they got flowing into Persia is pretty damn tasty.
Yeah, and we might get some interesting stuff happening here soon, but that fort looks like it will fall any day now.
I don't know, it could be one of those that goes all the way up to 99%. We've seen it before.
You never quite know.
Theodora looks a bit bigger than I remember it from my games, says VG.
Now, this is the norm.
Vigif.
I mean, if anything, this is a small Theodora. And there goes the fort.
Yeah, devs get to put their names into the game, so obviously I chose the Jake House of Gothia.
Yeah. And with how the forts are set up here, they can just sort of block off the fort and occupy it, so the Persians can't actually get to use the fort defensively here. Only that fort. The next fort they will have to...
They got the fort here and the fort here, which kind of prevents them just bypassing.
I mean, that one was in dry land, so that one's not too bad.
Yeah, this one's no big deal. You want those forts in these mountainous areas.
And we're getting a little battle here.
I don't think the Prussians are that scared either. Oh my days!
Oh, that was a nice one. I think they caught that one without a general, and they don't want to be against the Prussians without a general.
I think this is what the Prussians were wanting to happen in the New World, and they almost had it. But dividing their forces, that only ended in tears. They didn't have combat width. They didn't have proper cannons. Which it hurt. But now the Prussians are able to dish out the pain. And the lovely thing for them is this is going to build up war score.
Oh yeah, if they can get to 50... Well, now there's no more ticking war score,
but they can use that against Dithmarschen.
Yeah, if they can get to 50%, then they've won.
Yeah, and they just got to keep winning these battles and occupying Persia, and they'll be there.
Oh yeah, it'll take them a while though. Persia's a big place, and so is Dithmarschen.
I think they have the patience for it. And all during this, Gujarat must just be ecstatic, because that keeps Persians off his back. He might be able to plan an attack on Delhi and only Delhi.
Maybe.
And
I think Ooh, another battle.
Yeah, more battles. Oh, this one looking a bit more happy for the Persians.
That seems like a bit of a miscalculation.
Swedes arrive just in time. Just in
time to die as well.
In time to embarrass themselves. Swedes, come on!
Yeah.
Oh, they're away, and Hanover says, "Oh no, not for me. I didn't start this war." And away they go, forced to retreat.
And that looks like it was entirely just a mistake on the Prussian side, because they were the attacker into mountains.
Well, it was a fort, so it could be they were trying to siege it down. But
That's possible. But I mean, they have a drylands fort they can go for. There was no need to actually siege that fort.
I think there are Swedes in chat crying about the outcome of that war, probably, or that battle, probably crying foul. The Ottomans are crying out as well. They're trying to rise up.